Hey guys, welcome back to Console Mania. This is iPlunks. So today I purchased the Sega exclusive. I don't know if you can call it exclusive, but the Sega arcade port of the game Outrun to the Nintendo Switch. So this is the first time I'll be playing it. I remember playing this when I was a young lad back in the day. I don't know if it was in the 80s or in the 90s, but whenever it was in the arcade box, I'm gonna go ahead and press any button here. I haven't played this on like the Turbo Graphics. I haven't played it on Genesis or anything like that. So this is going to be the first time in a long time. So I'm just going to go through here, the manual. Yeah. So in order to do the manual, you take a survey, and I don't want to do a survey right now. So let's just exit out of that. Actually, you know what? I need to go into the settings. So we're going to go new. I don't know what the difference is between the new and the old, but we're going to try that. We're going to keep the settings as far as difficulty pretty much default. Keep it as kilometers because we're in Canada, or at least I am. Gas for A, B for brakes, and the R button is for manual transmission. There's only pretty much two gears, low and high. As you can see here, you can have hold, toggle, automatic. We're not going to use the motion sensor because we're not filming myself playing the game. It'll just be the screen itself. And speaking of screen, we're going to go through the different variations that we have here. And we have full with the scan line smoothing, vintage. Vintage. I wonder what that could be. But let's start off with the arcade. Smooth lines. Let's go with the scan lines on. The wallpaper. The cabinet looks pretty good. Brings back some memories for the old arcade cabinets. There's quite a bit of wallpaper here, but the wallpaper looks generic, so we're going to keep that as it is. Well, sorry, not keep it as it is, but we're going to use the cabinet version. The music or the sound effects. I'm going to keep as is also, and we're just going to go ahead and start this game. Again, this list is available on your eShop. We're going to push the X button to enter the coin, and this brings back some memories. Some. Alright. And then we're going to go into high gear. Again, by doing that, you just gotta push the R toggle. There's only two gears, really. Speaking of gears, I always like to mention when it comes to our arcade racer, Top Gear 2, my favorite game in the whole wide world for the Super Nintendo. Only fit in that Outrun, one of the best arcade racers, is now on the Nintendo Switch. You know, there's a not Xbox One, but I believe a 360 version. Doesn't hold a candle to this. Does not hold a candle. And this looks like an easy breezy run. Again, this is early. There I go. Bonnie and Clyde. Let's start off again. Now forgive my my novice driving skills here. Although I have played this before in the past, this is when I was very, very young, so. And I really wasn't into Outrun as itself. Grown older, you can actually see how well this game was actually done. And yes, I suck. I couldn't even pass a checkpoint before run out of time. So this isn't like your traditional. Well, it is your traditional arcade racer where you're racing against the time as opposed to other opponents. So we're gonna put in our initials here. We go with iPlunks. Now there is a ranking that you can find online in regards to the time. Well, and I guess you can't put the whole name. You gotta put only 3 letters. All right, so let's just try another format or another view in regards to how this works. Forgive me, I'm trying to look at the screen and remember where the buttons are. Gotta push and hold the A button to go back to the other screen. I guess you gotta go down to return to start menu. Push and hold. Alright, now, and the good thing is actually this play replay. Basically, whatever your last race was, you could actually go back and view your race. So that's a pretty neat feature. I'm not gonna actually do it on the video here today because, of course, you're already watching it and you can rewind it yourself. But that's a neat feature to use or to have, depending on how good your race goes to begin with. So let's see if we can go back in the start menu. And I'm gonna want to go back into the settings, and I keep pushing the wrong button. Gotta push X, and we're gonna go into, let's see, vintage. I'll go to vintage. Since we're talking about the 80s and 90s as far as the arcade cabinet, and we're gonna take the display effects off. Wallpaper doesn't have no use on the full screen, so let's just go forward with the standard and push B to go back and see how this bad boy looks in the full screen modern. Just testing out some stuff before we go on here, and let's start this bad boy up. Push X, and here we go. Yeah, I'm not really feeling this pixelated. Modern gamers always talk about everything being pixelated. This is pixelated as hell. Not bad so far. To be honest, guys, I'm kind of thrown off in regards to how pixelated it looks. Granted, it is, what, like almost 30 years old. But in order to look its crispest, if that's a word, in order to look as crisp as it could be, this version's available. I guess some people will like it. And there I go. And I actually died at the same spot I died the last time. Now, to be fair, when I play racing games, I rarely don't even push the brake button. I just find it as a failed concept. Let's go right this time. We went left last time. So I'm just going through, not really braking, just kind of testing out the edges. Pass the first checkpoint, so that's a win for us. Team Mania. And look at that truck. That truck looked like trash. That looked like trash. Start off with low gear. Go to like 190. You're gonna push that to high gear. And we're on stage 2. Didn't even notice it on the other one. Granted, this is one of the first, I want to say one of the first, but the earlier racing games. There's not much to do as far as, you know, other objectives within the racing game other than just passing the objects as in cars that are in the middle of the road. But yeah, it's a race against time pretty much, and there we go. Bonnie and Clyde. Bonnie and Clyde. My insurance rates are going to go right through the roof. Which begs the question, where are they racing from? Because it's a race from the beginning with a checkered flag, but I mean, you're not really past anyone per se, and we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Alright. Let's just... It's a nice little map we carved out for ourselves. And a little somber music. Let's just put in the CMS. Console Mania Show. This will probably be the 12,000th entrance. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. Settings. Come on, X. And let's change the view again. Well, it's old. Let's try old. Then we'll go display. display, widescreen, vintage. What's vintage? Scan line. We can't change the scan line. Can we change the wallpaper? Let's see here. Let's go back and start. Oh man, this looks good. For those who grew up with the CRT TVs, oh, this is drool worthy. I'm loving it. Absolutely loving it. I'm loving it. Not pixelated at all. Looks just grainy enough for it. Oh, look at those. Look at that truck. Ah, oh, my gosh. It's like I'm having an orgasm over here. Oh, this is running a lot better. This is a lot easier on the eyes. Look at the trees. That's a true green. That other full screen with the display off stuff. Oh, that never playing that again. Vintage from now. Only fitting for a guy that loves retro gaming. And I braked. See guys, I braked. Third time's a charm. Alright, so we're gonna get past the truck. Ooh. Oh my gosh, fell. Well, at least we didn't crash in the same spot, just about 2 seconds afterwards. I don't think I'm gonna meet those special requirements. We're gonna go right again. Get out of my way. I always found it so cool about the animation with the girl and the guy in the car. The hair kind of flowing in the background. Not in the background, but in the car. It just has like that realistic vibe to it. Even from when I was younger looking at it. I always found it pretty interesting how they got down to that detail. Now, I'm not sure if this is a direct port of the actual game. I gotta get around from there. Can see that truck? See that truck? Oh, at least we didn't flip out. Better call Geico. But look at that animation. The animation's so this is so crisp. In a vintage sense, it just brings back a lot of memories. This is what I'm used to playing. Oh, got it. Next time I gotta play with on automatic to see how we fare off with that. Come on, what's good with all these brakes? Ah, and there we go. The vintage flip. And our time ran out. Anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. Showing you different variations, different modes within the game. Outrun on the eShop for Nintendo Switch. I'm glad this game came out. And I'll leave you with the sweet somber sounds of Outrun. This is iPlunks, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take care, and download.